What is going on, my YT gang? This is your boy Rio, and welcome if you are new to the channel. Now look, according to this last fourth quarter blown game that the New York Giants had last week against the Bears, they have made the final decision to go ahead and go away from Brian Daboll, in which you got some people on the fence about it. You know, they feel some type of way. They feel like he should have stayed a little while longer. But then on the other end, you got some people that feel like this was the best time to go ahead and go away from Brian Daboll, in which Dan Orlovsky, you know, he had a whole take about this situation on ESPN, in which he feel like it's a huge mistake that the Giants are making by getting rid of Coach Daboll. And we're going to talk all about it. I got a video to show y'all about it. But before I show y'all that video, make sure you guys like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And make sure y'all get down in the comments and let me know how y'all feeling about this situation. Let's take a look at that video.
I'm of the belief this is a mistake by the New York Giants. It was clear that the quarterback and head coach had something going together, at least this production, performance, and hope. The fourth quarter leads are obviously something that you're sitting there and, you know, killing yourself over. This team lost its best player. And then they lost probably their second or third best, certainly offensive weapon in Scadaboo. The fact that they had built these leads should warrant something. And the reality is this defense that's got a gajillion dollars or early draft picks had 10-point fourth quarter leads 4 different times this year, and they couldn't find ways to secure the lead either. And so as much as we want to sit there and say Daboll didn't get it done, a lot of the high-priced defensive talent didn't get it done as well. I think that Brian Daboll and Jackson Dart should have stayed together for at least another year.
Now, what I will say is that I agree with Dan Orlovsky to a certain extent. When he was talking about these 2 rookie players, when you look at Jackson Dart and look how he was playing lights out, you look at Scadaboo, you look at how he was just dominating. I mean, it looked like nobody could stop him. Them 2 together made the Giants look superb when it comes to the offense. But not only that, they was able to change everything around. They didn't bring just only the energy for the offense. They brought energy to the defense as well, which turned that whole locker room around. It turned the whole organization around. The energy that they brought just changed the whole dynamic of the New York Giants. And I can't remember if Malik Neighbors got hurt before Jackson Dart became the starter. I think he did. But even looking at everything that was going to happen in the future with all of this young talent that they had on the team, their future looked good. It looked really promising. So I agree with him when it comes to that. But when you look at the downside to Brian Daboll, when you look at his record, his win and loss column, when you look at everything that has been transpiring this year alone, I understand why they decided to go away from him. All right. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. He came in hot. He looked like the New York Giants savior, right? Got out there the very first season, took the team to the playoffs, 9-7-1. I think they won that playoff game, or at least one playoff game, I should say, that year, his very first season. And at that point, everybody felt like the New York Giants was back. But then ever since, man, he's had an 11-33 record. 11-33. That's not good enough. It's just not good enough. And then when you look at this year alone, let's just take a look at this year alone. They are 0-6 on the road. 4 of those games, they had a double-digit lead. All right? Double-digit lead. Now, when you look at this last game that they played last Sunday against the Browns, when you look at the Broncos games, they had a double-digit lead in the fourth quarter. The fourth quarter. That's not going to cut it. And as a head coach, it's very important to hold on to those leads, man. You got to find a way to get out of there alive with the win. And he wasn't capable of doing so. So that's one of the reasons why they decided to go away from him. We all know that, right? Now, one thing I got to do is give Daboll some credit when it comes to him choosing Jackson Dart to lead this team, because Jackson Dart looks promising, all right? He is definitely going to be the face, if not already, the face for the New York Giants, all right? I got to give Coach Daboll some credit when it comes to that, because he did choose and lean onto this young man to lead this New York Giants team, and that wasn't a bad decision to make. And I got to give him credit on that, like I said. But then it all backfires when you look at the concussions. This man has 4 concussions already this year alone. This year alone. There is no other quarterback in this league that has had more designed runs for them this year alone through 10 weeks. This man had a total of 25 design runs. As a quarterback, that's not good, man. I think that's too much. You're putting your quarterback at risk when he has to do a lot of running like that. Now, of course, some of these decisions was on Jackson Dart. Can't put them all on Coach Daboll. But at the end of the day, it's your responsibility as a head coach to sit him down and tell him and coach him up. Listen, man, you gotta slow down on running the ball. If you're gonna run, slide. Don't take the hits that you're taking. When we look at Jackson Dart, he's very aggressive. I mean, he want to go in shoulder first. And that's just, I mean, I love it. But at the same time, you got to be smart about it. And if Coach Daboll can't sit him down and coach him up on situations like that, because he's going to be the future face, he is the most important player on that team. You got to be able to slow that down some type of way, some shape, form, fashion. And he wasn't able to do it. So I'm pretty sure that's another reason why they decided to go away from him. And it didn't make his situation any better when he was interrupting the evaluation when it comes to his concussion, Jackson Dart's concussion against the Philadelphia Eagles, in which he was fined for that. So all of these things that transpired this year, I understand why they decided to go away from him. Now, I will also say this. You cannot put all the blame on Coach Daboll, right? You got to put some of this on the GM. When you look at this defense and how much money they invested into this defense, you got to raise some eyebrows at them. Because if you spent this much money on your defense and your defense cannot hold the team from coming back in the fourth quarter, they're not capable of stopping a team in the fourth quarter when you have a double-digit lead, you know, you gotta look at him too. That's all I'm saying. You gotta put some eyes on him and see what's going on with him too. And I'm only saying this because he spent so much money on this defense. But y'all let me know how y'all feel about this whole situation. Do y'all think it was too soon for Daboll to go? Or do y'all feel like, you know, it was the perfect time for him to leave? Get down in the comments and let me know how y'all feeling. I got to get up out of here. I love you guys. I'm going to get at y'all on the next one.
Well, before I even get to that, I just got to acknowledge what Dan Orlovsky says. He come up with more excuses than a brother going to jail for these coaches.
Wait a minute.
I mean, Dano, it's not as if Brian Daboll didn't have a shot to get this thing figured out in New York. He had plenty of runway. He started off 7-2 and then proceeded to go 13-38-1. How long is ownership supposed to give him? And I give Daboll credit. He identified Jackson Dart, the talent, the quarterback that's got everybody here to be excited about, in good reason. But I think we've got plenty of examples across the NFL this season on firing the head coach in the rookie year of the quarterback and not ruining the quarterback in year two.
Yeti.